Hello everybody, welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Shama Trades. It's another week that we are continuing to do our analysis on various pairs. So we are going to start with the DXY so that we have that direction of the market. Now let's start with the DXY. This is 4-hour time frame. As you can see, the DXY is still on a strong downtrend. As you remember my previous video, I was waiting for market to break this level around here, and the market just tried to break around here, but at the end of the day we break this level on this area at this place. Now what we are seeing, we have a new low around here and we have a new high around here. The market break this trend line, this support area around here. Now I had to adjust this trend line. It was supposed to pass around here. Now I adjusted to the new high around here and the new low around here. Now, what am I expecting to see next on DXY? I want to see something. I want to see some kind of a retracement to this area before now moving to the downside. So what I'm expecting to see, I'm expecting the market to do a retest on this support, which is now a resistant, or I'm waiting the market to form a resistance on it so that now we can continue to the downside. Or if the market decided to change the direction, what I will want to see, I will want to see the market break this line around here, then retest it about here, then I will take this trade to the upside, or I will now know that the market has changed the direction. So as we all know, DXY, it's on a downtrend. Now let's start looking for other pairs. Let's go to another pair. This is USD CHF. It has positive correlation with the DXY. So still we are moving on the downside. We see we have a low here. The market break this low around here to this area. So we have a new low and we have a new high at around this area. So what I'm expecting to see, I'm expecting this pair to also do the same as DXY, do some retracement around here. Then I will have another setup, or I will look for an entry to sell USD CHF. That's my first confluence. My second confluence, if the market decided to break this trend line around here, to break to the upside, then I will wait for a test. Then I will buy USD CHF. But for now, my bias is on sell. Let's move to another pair also. I talked about this pair so many times on my, I think 1 or 2 videos, my past videos, I talk about this pair. This is USD CAD. I had a position on USD CAD. I had 2 positions, by the way. The first one I entered earlier, then I waited for retest. I entered the second setup. Then let me take you, or let me explain what happened before I take you to a lower time frame for how I did my entry. What I did, first of all, if you remember my previous video, this was our low or our support area. So what I did, I waited the market to break this support area around here. Market break support area very well. Now what I waited for a retest to my support area now to form a resistance. Now this was a support. At this area, it formed a resistance. As you can see clearly, this was a support and now this is a resistance. The market retested exactly to our area where I anticipated. Now, when the market arrived around this area, what I did, I went to a lower time frame. Let me went to 30 minutes time frame. I went to a lower time frame, that is 30 minutes. And now look for entry. I draw a counter trend line around here. I enter my first setup immediately after this first break, a small retest around here. I entered this trade around here. My stop loss was at the top. My take profit was at the low around here. Then on my previous video, I told you guys the market was around this area, I told you if you want to re-enter the trade, look for a retracement around here. If I can draw this trend line from the top to the bottom, you can see very clearly the market retested exactly to my fib level around here, to my fib level around that place. My fib level was around here. Then I enter another trade around this area. I enter another trade around this area. I enter here and my stop loss was above here. Then I have around 1 into, I think was around 1 into 4, somewhere around 1 into 4, around 1 into 4. Then I take the profit, the inner one. Now, but now what happened again? If I came to a higher time frame, you see what happened again. After exactly taking profit from my inner zone or my inner, after retest, the market reversed and took me out at a very small percentage, because I think the bigger one, I was around this area. I was around this area. Sorry. I was around some area around here. Around here. So the market reversed and we have this long, a very long candlestick which came and wiped me. Then the market is now ranging at this area. But the good thing I did, I take the profit from my inner. I take my first and second profit. I posted it on my group. Then I waited the market. Maybe it will come to this area with other 50%, because what I take 50% of my trades. I took profit. Then I waited for the rest 50% to take the full TP around this area. But that's when now the market reversed and took me out. But at the end of the day, I had 50% secured, and also the other 50, I secure some small profit from it before the market came and reverse and took me out. Now for USD CAD, what I'm expecting to see, unless again the market break this area and retest around here, now that's when I will continue with my bias, because now this is the new low that I'm expecting to see, and here at the top, this is the new high I'm expecting to see. So if the market break this low to the downside, retested to this low to form a resistance, then that's where I will enter my trade again and ride to the downside. So that's all that I'm expecting to see on USD CAD. On JPY, USD JPY, there's no much to see on USD JPY. What I'm only want to see, because we have a small low here, and we have the main low around here. So we have a 2 demand zone. What I'm expecting to see, if I will continue with the selling setup, I will want to see this market break this 2 level around here, then retested. Then that will be a good sign for me to look for a setup on USD JPY. I have to look for a setup after the market has break all these 2 levels, has break this inner one and break this outer one. That's when now I will have a good setup to continue with my bias to the downside. If things happen or things change, now what I will wait to see the market to break this area, because for me this is an important area. The market has to break this area, then retest. Then now I will start to look for position for bias on USD JPY. Let's go to another setup. This is GBP JPY. As you can see, the market, we have a very nice uptrend. The trend line, the market respected this trend line for a very long period of time. You can see all this circle, the market respected this area. And exactly at what we are seeing around here, the market now is on the same trend line, and we have a small support, the resistance here. The market break this resistance and now it retested to the exact area where we wanted the market to retest it, but now it has passed a little bit to come and confirm this trend line around here. So what now I'm expected to see on this pair, I will draw a trend line around here, a trend line around here. Then I will wait this market to break that trend line, retest. Then I will have a position. I will look for a position around this area, my stop loss to be below the trend line. Then I will take my trade to the upside. So what I'm expecting to see on GBP JPY, I'm expecting GBP JPY to break the trend line, retest. Then I will have that position to the upside. That is GBP JPY. Nasdaq, I don't have much for now. What I'm expecting to see, maybe if we can have a good retracement around here, then now I will start looking for position to go to the upside. But currently, I don't expect much on NAS 100 because it's too consolidated around. It have a large consolidation around this area. So I don't see any good setup for Nasdaq at this current moment. Let's look for another pair also. This is USD US 30. US 30, I think it has some profiting or some good setup. We can see market respected here for the first time, respected here for the second time. We have a resistant level here. We have another resistant level here. The market break our resistance. Now, what I want to see on US 30, I want to see that retracement to this area. Then it now will give me a good position to buy US 30. But for now, I want to see US 30 doing some pullback to this area of support or now area of resistance, which turned to support. Now, if the market now came to this area, that's now when I will take US 30 or I will start looking for a position on US 30. Also, again, we are continuing to do our analysis. This is Euro USD. What I'm expecting to see on Euro USD is a pullback. I want to see a good pullback on Euro USD to this trend line and also to this resistance, which now I want it to be a support around here. Then if the market perform that, then I will look for a position around here. But for now, the market is still pushing to the upside. Then for now, I don't have a good setup on that one. Let's come to GBP USD. I can see a setup from a distance. I can see a good setup from a distance on GBP USD. As you remember, you can see very clearly, if the market that respect break and retest is GBP USD, you can see break, retest, break, retest, retest. We have a break here. Now we have our first retest around this area. Now we are now in this area. We cannot just enter a trade immediately because GU has that tendency of moving above, then retrace a little bit to take you out around here, then turn and move to the direction that we anticipated. Like this one, you can see the market did around here. It break, retest, took people out around this area, then continue with the buyers. Break, retest, then continue. Come around this area, give you a higher high, break, took you out around this area, then move. Come to the area, move a little bit above, break to take you out, then move. It has the same thing. It has the same entry criteria. So for somebody to conquer USD or GBP USD, I want to see something like break a little bit retest. If you can break the below this one, that one will be fine. Then moving to the upside. So I have a two area where I will take the entry. The first place I will take entry around here. And the second one, I will take entry when the market break this, the previous high around here. I will take maybe entry around here, stop loss at this area, then I will move the market to the upside. Or I will take entry above here when the market has already given me this first high, then the retrace, I will take my entry here when the market is reversing, stop loss maybe around this area, then I'll move the market to the upside. But if the market decided to come and form this area, because you can see very clearly we have a level here, and area that level is very respected. So this market can decide not moving upside, but break also this area. Let me remove this. This market can decide to break, to come to this area and to give me, we have a very strong support around here. Market respected here, respected here, respected here, respected here. So the market can decide to break straight to this area and to form this trend line around here. And maybe from here, we can continue with our buy setup. So these are the two things that I'm expecting to see on GBP USD. First thing, the market to reverse around this area. And the second thing, the market to reverse around that area. So these are the setup that I'm expecting to see on GBP USD for this coming week. Now, the last one is gold. The last one is gold. If you can see very clearly, we are still on our bullish trend. The market is respecting the highest. On my previous video, I told you about, I told you how the market might reverse to this area. Now, on our wave, you can see very clearly, this was our resistance. The market break and retested to this area to give us a first wave setup. And now the market is on our second wave setup around here. So this is our first wave setup, and this is our second wave setup. So what I'm expecting, if you watch my previous video, I told you what I'm expecting to see. I drew this trend line around here, and I told you I'm waiting the market to break this trend line around here. And the market has break this trend line. As you can see, the market is currently above the trend line. Now, what I'm expecting to see on gold this week, I'm expecting to see gold doing some retracement. Before that retracement, you can see we have a small level at this area. We have a small level at this area. Then the next thing, I will take my fib level, draw from the bottom to the top. You can see my fib level is exactly at that area where I draw. Now, what I want to see, this market do some retracement to this area. Then I will take my entry and I will run this gold setup to the upside. My first take profit will be around here, my second around here, then my third at the top of or at the resistance level. So this is what I'm expecting to see on gold this week. I'm expecting to see gold retrace to this area, then move to the upside. But if gold decided to move straight to the upside, then that maybe that trade will be, I will not be in that trade. Or if it decided to come and break and look maybe for this area around here, then maybe the trend will be changed. So we expected what the market will show us, that's what we will do. But if the market decided to retrace a little bit to my fib level, or also then I've seen something else. Apart from that, I have seen something else. You can see we have a shoulder, we have a head. Now we're expecting for the second shoulder around here. Now, if you can see clearly, we have a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. So this is an head and shoulder, and this is neckline. So I waited the market to break. It's already break. So I waited the market to retest to my second leg of shoulder around here. Then I will take my trade to the upside. So that's what I'm expecting. So for this week, what I'm expecting for, or the setup that I'm expecting for this week is only three. The first one I'm expecting to enter this week is gold. Because what now I'm expecting I'm expecting the gold to do a retracement around here before entry. Then another setup that I'm expecting to enter this week is GBP USD. I have another level. I expect to take my trade around here. Give me a setup around here or around here. That's my second setup that I'm expecting for this week. And my last one is GBP JPY. I'm also expecting this market to break the trend line retest. Then I take the trade to the upside. So for this week, I have gold, I have GU, and I have GJ. Those three pairs are what I'm expecting to take this week. So thank you for watching my video. Go and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can also see the other video that I'm going to produce on other content, educational content. So thank you for today, and thank you for watching.